Now, when you talk about EV patents, Nio globally, it is the company with most EV patents. I think the patents for Nio are almost 10,000. And the second EV maker globally with most patents, I think it's Leodo, right? If not Tesla, with 7,000 patents. This is something that shows us that there is a lot that Nio still wants to do, and they want to make sure that they protect their technology. The reason why I'm telling you about that is that today we read that Nio has filed a new patent for their suspension. This patent apparently is called suspension damping, which has to do with the springs, the shock absorbers of their cars. I don't really know, or we don't really know as yet what that it's all about, but I think they are in it for improving the suspension of their cars completely, which is something that is good. I mean, based off what we have been seeing from the ET9, you and me can agree that that company that is supplying Nio with the active suspension did a very good job with those active suspension of the ET9, because when you look into the EV space or look at the BBA cars, you will know that there is no BBA car that can come close to the comfortability, to the comfort that you get when you are driving a Nio ET9. And therefore, with that, I think Nio is onto something with this one. One thing that I like about Nio is that when other EV companies are still trying to copy and paste Neo's technology, or other companies are trying to figure out what the technology of Nio is about in their cars after sales services, Nio is already on the next one. And this, my friends, shows us exactly that. They say that Nio might already be taking it a step further from the active suspension we see on the ET9, right? Which is something that is very good. Something that shows us that even what that professor of an expert in the car market or in the EV space who said Nio is not spending enough on R&Ds. One has to wonder if he's aware of these things, because to us investors, Nio is spending a lot of money onto these R&Ds, and it is for that reason that some of the investors sometimes felt like Nio is spending a lot of money and they should cut it down and make sure that they get to profitability first. But if some of the car experts, like that analyst, does not see this and say that Nio, for them to be sustainable in the next 3 years, they should be selling 2 million cars or else go to bankruptcy. It is something that, of course, that article scared a lot of people. But today, of course, we saw the launch of the Firefly sub-brand, which that we know model is going to, obviously, or brand is going to boost the Nio sales, which is something that we look forward to, something that is great and exciting. And man, can I tell you something? I was very happy with the price of that car, the delivery date of that car, though maybe I wanted the maybe swapping for Nio to announce the battery swapping, of course, boss price, but we did not get that one. But I'm happy with the fact that starting price is $16,400, which is way lower than the $20,000 which they announced during Nio Day 2024. So I am happy about this. Patents remain the very most important things under Nio, because this offers protection onto Neo's technology, and it is very, very important. And Nio, knowing that they've got so many patents, it tells you, or it speaks volumes about Nio. It speaks volumes about where they are and where they intend on going. This is something that is very important, and something that I think this information that analyst who said Nio is not innovating enough, he should have also checked some of these patents that Nio has secured, because this tells us where Nio is headed. This tells us what Neo's plans are when it comes to technology development or advancement into their car, which is great, which is something that as investors, it's exactly what we want to see. And hopefully this opens, of course, so many doors for Nio. This opens massive success for Nio, which is something that obviously we look forward to that. So I am happy, man. I mean, when you talk about one of the most important patents under Nio, especially not for the car, it has to be the battery swapping technology, right? I mean, EV, there are other companies that are trying to build battery swapping stations. CATL is one of them, and that we know that the designs, how they're building, might be different from the kind of technology, the kind of battery swapping that Nio is building. But can I tell you something? One thing that I like is that No matter who comes and want to make their own active suspensions, who comes and want to make their own battery swapping stations, Nio will all forever be here in terms of technology, in terms of how technology is being performed onto their battery swapping stations or latest battery swapping stations, which is something that makes me to stick with Nio, because Nio, when other EV companies are crying about, of course, spending money, Nio is spending money on important stuff that makes financial sense. You will know that under the new strategy that Nio is using, CBU, Cell Business Unit, they are only prioritizing R&Ds, or are prioritizing projects that have got some pretty good decent ROI, return on investment. And this, my friends, it tells us that whatever Nio is securing in terms of patents like this one, this is a project that has got a very good ROI, which is why Nio is already logging the patents, which is why Nio is already making sure that they protect their technology, because they've evaluated based on the new system, the ROI is good, which that CBU which they are implementing, it is a very, very good thing. It is a very, very good project, which will, it is a very, very good system that will enable to make Nio to do well in the future. It will enable Nio to obviously be able to perform better financially under their company, which is something that is just so great. So yeah, man, I am happy, I am excited, and I know this, to some others it might not be as important, but to me and few others it's very important. That one thing that I agree, or I agreed with that analyst who came and said Nio needs 2 million if they don't merge in the next 3 years to survive. One thing that I agree with him is that in the future, if you are not innovative enough, unfortunately you are not going to go anywhere. The company is going to shut down. But thank God Nio, they are doing whatever they can to invest in R&Ds, to make sure that they continue putting in the work to develop new technologies. And a statement that the Nio CEO has said, which is still in my head till today, after the Chinese New Year holiday, you will know that he said, when it comes to technology, new energy vehicle cars, Nio will always be here. That's what they are striving, which is something that is great, something that is very, very important. Yeah, man, just thought I'd give you this quick update. Tell me what you think. Blue sky is coming. Long term will win. Those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will most definitely be rewarded with time. Share price wise, Nio might not be doing the most, but in the long term, we shall be rewarded. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I will see you on the next one. And I hope very soon Nio gets to the moon, because we've been waiting, right? But the latest development gives me the confidence to say that we are almost to the moon, right? Nio, it's almost getting there, and hopefully things can turn positive this year, especially in Q4, where they are expecting profitability to finally come to the company. I will see you on the next one, and God bless you all.